Hey guys, it's Trish from Trish's Card Club, live from Orlando. Hello everybody, happy Wednesday night, hump day, paycheck week. It's all good, it is all good. How are you guys doing? I am doing well. Thank you for joining me, for those who've already come on board. Today's card is going to be a little bit of a mishmash of a couple of other cards that I've seen. And I have no idea how it's going to come out. So we're just going to wing it. Tonight, it's going to be Wednesday Wing It. How's that? Hey, Miss Judy. Good to see you as always. Super faithful. I love when you come watch. And, let me see. Oh, Miss Patty. Hey, Faye, Patty. Okay, so what do we got? We got a few things to talk about and then a few things to do. I didn't want to do all this on screen because we would be here for an hour and I'd like to be respectful of your time. So let's go back to way back in early last year when Stampin' Up! Came up with the, I hope you can see it, came up with the stamp set Many Messages. And it's one stamp set and one die that cuts everything out so you can see it. Then the new catalog, they came up with Many Happenings. You guys, I use these all the time. I love them. They're super convenient. So what I do is I stamp them with the Stampartatus, run them through my Big Shot, and then I have my magic box where I keep all my tabs. And so whenever I'm making a card, if I want to quick see what I need, I have them right here. Now, sometimes I back them up on colored paper and do other stuff. Sometimes I just use them straight as is. Tonight, we're going to use them straight as is. But I just wanted to remind you about that. Many Messages, Many Happenings, because it's a really fantastic stamp. And it's great for greetings. It's very convenient. It's just about every greeting you possibly could think of. And then the one framelit to cut it out, the one die, makes it so easy. So I just wanted to bring that up because, of course, we're going to use that tonight. So that is just a little preview of what we're going to be using. All right. The idea for this card comes from Jackie. I think it comes from Jackie Bullis, but don't quote me on that. She did a card using a stamp set that has daisies in it, which I don't have that stamp set. I have wild roses. But I thought I could get the same effect. It's not quite the same, but it still looks really good. So I'm going for it. All right. So first thing we're going to do is get the Stampartatus. I'll try to get the Stampartatus. All right. Stampartatus. And I apologize in advance because I have no idea what you're going to get for glare, but it's probably going to be ugly. So the Stampartatus comes with two magnets. I just use one. You can use however many that you want. And you're going to lay your paper down. This one, because I'm using a big stamp, I'm going to lay the whole thing down. And I'm actually going to take this off so I can show you from the start. Can I do that? Let me clean it because I used it already, so I don't want to get ink unnecessary. See, has a lot of ink on it because I've already done a test with this card. Okay, so then what you do is you take your stamp and you lay it down where you want it to go on your paper. So I want it to go in the middle, right like that. And then you fold over the Stampartatus and you just give it a rub and it picks the stamp up. So don't worry about there being some stuff on that because look at that. It's magic. It's clean. Then what you do is you take your ink pad and you open it, and we're using Melon Mambo tonight, and take your case and put it underneath where you're going to be stamping so you have a nice flat surface, and go ahead and ink up the whole stamp. And my stamp pad is nice and juicy, so it should come out really good. So I'm inking up the whole stamp. Okay. Then what you do is you take the stamp. I'm going to move this out of the way so you don't have the glare. And this is simply a dry eraser. You don't need to use this. It's just a little bit easier to use it. And you just push on. Now this is a big stamp. So you're going to have to press down with some strength to get all those images, to get all that ink off that image. So let me show you what happens the first time you test it. You lift it up. And see how I have all the ink? It's not here, but it's still all on my stamp. So I'm actually going to stand up and come over it and put my more of my weight on it. For some reason, this side, it's a little bit harder to get the ink on it. I don't know what it is. It's not my, I mean, all Stamparatuses do that. So that's not just, there's nothing mine. So let's see if we got it this time. Ta-da! Still have a little bit more. I don't have a perfect edge. So I'm going to just press a little bit harder. Just a little bit harder. So you don't need to have the eraser, the dry eraser, but it does make it easier on your hands. Well, oh, I see a little bit more. Now, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. It's fine because I'm going to cut some off. I don't even need that to be perfect, but I want it to come out perfect. So I'm just going to add a little more ink. I'm just going to ink it up a little bit more. And I'm going to put it over, and I'm going to just do one more hard push. And the beauty of the Stampartatus is, since you use the magnet to put the paper in place, you can keep inking and inking, inking, and inking until you have it exactly, and I apologize if the screen is bending, but you can have it exactly the way that you want it. Oops. Ta-da! All right, that is good. I am happy with that. And I lost my eraser, so it's on the floor. So let's take this out, and we're going to put I'm going to grab a piece of paper because I'm not going to clean that while I'm on camera with you guys. That's just a scrap paper. I'll put that in there, and I'm going to move this out of the way. All right, so now I'm going to take my piece of paper that I had stamped, and I'm going to take my cutter, and I'm going to cut it. What am I going to cut it? I think I'm cutting it 3 by 4. So 3 inches by 4 inches. So can you see what I'm doing, you guys? All right, so that's going to be 3 inches wide, like that. And then it's going to be 4 inches the other way. So let's do this, and then let us get it down to 4 inches. Okay, now, I think that's right, but I'm not 100% sure. But it doesn't matter. No, it's not, but it's okay. I have a finished card. This is just going to show you the idea. So this is all scrap, so you can get rid of this. Now, what you need to do is keep your squares in the same direction that you cut them. So I am at 4 inches. I'm going to go over 1 inch, and I'm going to cut a strip, and I'm going to take it off, and I'm just going to put it to the side where I can see it. I'm going to take another strip and cut it off. Put it to the side right next to that one. See, they should be together, so you can't even see it. And then one more, and I'm going to cut it again. Okay, so now I have 4 strips like that, and they would all go perfectly together like that. See how that works? Now I'm going to take those strips, I'm going to pick them up. I'm going to pick them up one at a time. Keep them in the same order that they were in. And I'm going to go back this way. Now, this is my own invention with how to do it this way. I'm not sure how other people do it, so bear with me. God knows, I hope it comes out. It came out the first time. Now I was at 3 inches, so I'm going to cut them off to inch, because my goal is I'm getting 1 inch by 1 inch squares. So I've got them all lined up. Put my cutter down. Cut like that. Aha. So 1, 1, 1, and 1. Keeping them in the same row, same direction, so that I can reassemble them. Now I'm going to move it over to the 1 inch mark, and I'm going to line them up along that line so that they're even. That's good. And then I'm going to cut them, and then I'm going to move them down like this, and then like this. Just want to try to keep them in the same direction so they all match. And then I'll do this one. So how was your Wednesday night, you guys? Or Wednesday? My Wednesday was good. It went by pretty fast. We have company coming, so I'm excited. Our friends from Tennessee are coming, Laura and Roger. And they're super nice people. And Laura's very crafty, so she'll be in my craft room while I'm at work. I don't feel bad about that. She'll be crafting all day on her vacation, and I'll still be at work. Oh, well. All right, so you see what I got there? So that's Mellow Mambo, and this is Mellow Mambo paper. And I'm going to get all of those squares on this piece of paper. And the way that I'm going to do it is I'm going to take my dimensionals, and I'm going to take 3. And I'm going to take the first row and I'm going to do 1, 2, and 3. Oops, I messed up. Yeah, you can see me. Okay, so I'm going to take my first row. I don't think it was Jackie Bolus that I learned this from. I can't remember the lady's name. Patty, she does clompers. Thanks for thanking my bracelet, my dear. I love it too. I love pearls. So pearls and diamonds, that rocks. All right, so there's one. And then I'm going to take the next one. I'm going to put that there. And I'm going to take the next one. I'm going to put that there. And I'm not going to worry too much if I have a little bit of extra on the edge, because I can always go back and cut the edge around. I want to be concerned that my pieces and all through the middle match. All right, so I'm going to do one more row because I'm not going to do the whole thing because you don't need to watch me. You'll get the concept. So I'll put another dimensional on each row. And this is really beautiful if you did like the big daisy stamp that we have, the background daisy stamp. So then I'm going to put that there because that's where that goes. And then I'm going to take this one. I'm going to make sure I have it going the right direction. I'm going to line it up. Is that in the right direction? Yep. I'm going to put that there. And I'm going to do this one. And then I would keep going and I would do all the rest of them. But now the way that I've cut this, I don't really have to cut much off the edges. Pretend these are on there and pretend the whole thing is full. I'm going to show you a finished card so you'll see what I mean. But I have a little bit extra on the side, so I'm just going to trim that down a little teeny bit. If I can grab my cutter again. Oh, for gosh sakes. Thing is falling all over the place. Okay, I'm just going to trim it down just a little bit, just a hair. Because I kind of want the space on this side to match or mimic what's on this side. And this one is, I might be pushing my luck here. Let's see. No, that worked good. Okay, so remember, pretend this is all done. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to layer this on top of here, on top of the white. Now, again, I don't really care what size my white is because I'm going to trim it down. I'm going to do this because when we're all done, I'll finish this one, and then I'll have 2 cards to send out. Because you know what we do around here, people. We make it and we mail it. That's our slogan. And I hope you're making and mailing and blessing people's socks off. So then I'm going to trim this. That was a little tight. And then I'm going to trim the bottom like that. So far so good. You with me? All right. I'm going to get rid of this because it glares and it's terrible. And I'm going to bring in my many messages, many happenings. And I dug through them and I came up with several that I wanted to use. And through the magic of television, which this is technically not television. I guess I should say through the magic of the internet because that's kind of what the magic is. Here, my friends, is the finished card. Ta-da! Doesn't that look cool? So thank you ever so much. You're the best. Your kindness means more than you could ever imagine. Thank you for being my friend. So that's my card. And I thought that was really cool. I love using a bunch of different little tags because I think that makes for a fun card front. And I thought this one looked really cool. And it's busy, but I still love that you can see that these pieces all at one time were one solid piece. So it looked like, do I have a solid piece? It looked like this, and it came out like that. Pretty cool, huh? Well, I hope you ladies and gentlemen, if there's any gentlemen out there, enjoyed my card for tonight. I know exactly who this is going to be sent to. I'm excited to get it out. Let me get that out of the glare. I'm excited to get it out. I think that's it. I guess the only thing I want to bring you guys up on is there was a major change in college football. So two college teams have changed their associations. And I think it's Oklahoma and Texas are now going to be part of the SEC, which is a big deal in the whole college football world. So in case you missed that in the news. And then the other thing is, I think we only have first, college professional camps are starting. So if camps are starting, then practice games are not far away. So you know what's happening, people. The summer is flying by. It is going to be August next week. Before we blink our eyes, it's going to be September and football season is going to start. And we are excited about that, aren't we? We are excited. All right. I just wanted to give you a little bit of update because we haven't talked about football in a while. And I thought it was important that we did. And that's the card. And remember, we make it and we mail it. One little quick note about my nails. Really sweet person asked me if this would be a good thing to do for a wedding. And I could not recommend this high enough for a wedding. If you just have a one-day event that you want to go to and you don't want to spend the money of getting your nails done, you spend $9.99, sometimes $6.99 at CVS and get these OPIs, press-on nails. What I recommend is you try it before the wedding, just so you get the feel. There's all different lengths. These are not the short ones. These are kind of long, but I still love them. I've had these on since Sunday. I've not had a single solitary problem. I've washed my hair. I've washed my dishes. I did a little bit of cleaning when I came home tonight for our company, and they still look like they are brand new. So that's my little nail update. All right, you guys, that's it. I want you to make it. I want you to mail it. I want you to have a really good week. I will see you on Sunday. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon.